Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright. So, it's time for the Abnormals. Week 3 for Halloween. We have a lot of interesting skins to chase after today. We have the likes of the Deathgate Sheepman at Double Door, the Spooky Neon Large Box, the Tomb Storage Box, Neon Ghost Sheepman at Door, and we also happen to have the Frankenbag. And, well, there is one more extra special skin all the way down here. We will be talking about that, but give it some time. We'll move on to that in a second. Right. So, of course, we also happen to have the likes of some very interesting looking regular skins. But some of you might be sitting there wondering, abnormal? Regular? What's this going about? Don't worry, I'll explain. All right. So, if you don't know what abnormal skins are, please consider looking in the description right now. You'll see 2 videos are provided. The first video is a short video, which is only 60 seconds long, but it will very briefly, quickly explain that abnormal skins will become marketable before the roster even rotates, and we know exactly when it's going to happen. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at all these abnormal skins and consider what prices we might want to offer for all of them, and then when they become marketable, we jump in, we race to put our barders down, hoping to be the fastest one, because if that's the case, we will be the people who pick these skins up for a cheap price in the future and flip them for some absolutely delicious looking profits. Simple as that. And with the likes of the regular skins, these only become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. So we will have to quite literally consider tonight, do we want to jump in and buy into these, or just stick with doing a barter the next day? Sounds good? Right. Let's get started. We have to talk about this Undead Sheepman Door, right? So I'm sure you're well aware of the video that I put out. I've yapped about this enough already, but to give you a very quick explanation as I hop over to the likes of here, this skin only had 85 subscribers. It was not supposed to be in the Rust store, and yet for 20 minutes it was available. In 20 minutes only 85 people bought that skin. So now we have to question, how much is that going to be worth? So let's go have ourselves a bit of a yapping session, going over all the details. Let's begin. So as I hop over to the likes of here, this is the Undead Sheepman Door. It was available for like 19 minutes, if I'm going to be very precise. But as I said, only 83 subscribers. Now, we've had something very similar happen earlier this year. You might remember, during the likes of Lunar New Year, Year of the Dragon, we had a very special, interesting garage door. I say special, it was a copyright issue. So, ta-da! Do you remember this? Now, this was only available for almost an hour, 50 minutes to be precise, 50. It wasn't very long, but still a decent amount of people did buy the skin. Now, what happened was, the asset for the dragon here, you have to have a license to use it. It's available on third-party sites and whatnot. And apparently the skin creator who made the skin did not do that. And Face Punch didn't get one. They didn't want that in their hands. They removed it from the Rust store. So it was only available for a short period of time and then removed. Now, in total, this had over 1,100 subscribers. 1,108 to be precise. That is the bare minimum amount of people who bought the skin. We don't know how many they bought each. But at the very least, they've bought one. There could be potentially 1,500 out there. Maybe, but we don't fully know. In short, it didn't sell too much, but it still sold somewhat a reasonable amount. And as you go over to here right now, the cheapest listing is $320. Hang on a minute. That has over 1,000 subscribers. This has only 83 subscribers. It was 85, but some people must have removed their subscription. When you buy a skin, you automatically become a subscriber, so we know for sure it was 85. That is 10 times less compared to the garage door. The garage door is currently selling for $320. Recent sales, we have seen $300. The highest buy order is $294. Guys, do you understand the situation with the Undead Sheepman Door? Have I made it very nice and clear? This right here very likely will become one of the rarest skins in the game. This very likely will become potentially one of the most expensive skins in the game. You have a skin right here that will be a massive flex. If you see it in game, you've seen a rare sight. So, one thing I've been asked, could Face Punch bring this back if they wanted to? They could. But one thing people brought up was the egg suit. Now, the egg suit's completely different. How's it different? Because that's an item made by Face Punch themselves, right? That's not a skin. What happened was they accidentally released it. They didn't actually release it, but this was supposed to come out in Easter 2022. But at the very last second, they decided against it. But you could still open it in high-quality bags. And a few of them leaked out. Now, people were buying these for absolutely ridiculous prices. And if I can recall, someone offered like 10 plus big grins for one of them. In short, the devs found out about it, and if you look at the actual listing, it says an extremely silly suit that will definitely be coming out, releasing publicly on 2023. They basically announced that it's definitely going to get brought back. That was something Facepunch made themselves. They did not make this. A skin creator made it. Now, if they want to, they could bring it back, but that's a Halloween skin. We're not doing Halloween anymore. We're now in November. So if you're scared and worried that this could potentially appear in a future restore, I mean, if they wanted to, yeah. Are they likely going to do it? I highly doubt it. So we simply have a very rare skin right there. Okay. What are you going to offer? I don't know. I don't know. It's very valuable. Now, I can't help but assume there will be people who will be willing to spend the absolute maximum amount of Steam Wallet to get this. On Steam, you can have up to $2,000 or equivalent to it, based on your currency. So, okay, understood. Okay. I really do think this is probably potentially going to be selling for more than that. I'm not an individual who likes to buy super rare, valuable skins. As in, I'd rather just sell them and like own like a lot of smaller things and whatnot. Anyway, looking at this, I don't know anyone super rich who's going to be wanting to chase after this. If you are, chat, stand up right now. Sit there and say, I'm going to offer a lot of money for this. Anyway. It very likely will be very valuable. And I will not be surprised in the slightest if by the end of the night we potentially see barders going up to about $1,000, maybe even more. But if you own this, guys, I would sit here and say, sit down, wait it out. See what people are offering for this, and then make a decision. Just to throw out a random idea, I might offer $50 and $100. There's a lot less of these compared to the garage door. This is unique. This is valuable. This is rare. As I said, it very likely might become one of the rarest skins because you can get other skins and whatnot in loot boxes. So if I were to just quickly hop out of here, high quality crate, that'll be the one. If it were to be opened in loot crates, it'll be this one, but you can't get it in that. You can't get it in a loot crate. So you can get all the other sheet metal, well, the vast majority of all the other sheet metal doors, but yeah, it's not happening. So it looks like potentially we only have about 85 of these that have been bought. Only 85 of these available. And if you're one of those lucky people, ooh, you might be able to buy yourself potentially a brand new car. Maybe not a good one, but you get the idea. Or, go buy yourself some Steam Decks or something. So in short, guys, tonight, start figuring out what you want to offer for it. But I think it's going to probably be selling for a lot more than $300, for example. Perhaps, potentially, we shall see. So yeah. Go break the piggy bank, count all the pennies, and in about just under an hour's time, we'll be chasing after it. All right, then. So that was the fuss, talking about the likes of all of that. Now we can focus talking about the likes of the other Halloween skins. All right, chat, I've got to move on. I can't keep focusing that. So, of course, we actually got some perfectly fine-looking Halloween skins that weren't removed from the Rust store. Now we have to go ahead and try and figure out which of these potentially is going to be, doing a decent job of retaining its value for the foreseeable future. Because, of course, by default, Halloween skins, not good investments. Once it's out of season, there are problems. And we're now steering towards like the Christmas time, so it's going to get very out of season very quickly. All right, then, let's go through all of these skins based on the order of sales. So, first up, we have the Death's Gate Sheet Metal Double Door. Now, as you can see, this doesn't scream Halloween to me. Yeah, I know there's bones arranged in a nice, cool, interesting-looking pattern. But it's not like it's got pumpkins. It's not like it's sitting there saying, Happy Halloween. That right there, perfectly fine, cool looking design. And you know what? Coincidentally, last week we had another sheet metal double door being accepted. Well, this has sold less than it. And the other one from the last week was a lot more gimmicky towards the likes of Halloween compared to this one. So as you can see that right there, you had the pumpkins, the spooky bookshelf, you had the cobwebs and whatnot. Now, this only has 17 listings. I've got to clarify, it only has 17 listings, but it has gone below its Rust store price of $3. Now, give it some time. Yeah, eventually it might go back up in price and work out nicely. Yeah, sure, that very likely will happen. But what you've got to be aware of is even the likes of this could potentially go below its Rust store price. How low will it go? I don't know. But as you can see, with the next batch of Twitch drops for November, we're getting another sheet metal double door. For Christmas, I will not be surprised in the slightest if we see more sheet metal double doors for Christmas. I will not. You will see a lot of them being submitted. Anyway, I think we're probably going to reach up to about 20 acceptances in total for all of 2024, which is absolutely ridiculous compared to previous years. But as we've said many times throughout this year, these have been performing perfectly fine. All the marketable sheet metal doors have been retaining value very, very well. Okay, cool. We got that nice and understood. So it hasn't sold too much. It's not super gimmicky for Halloween. So I'm looking at this and I think, you know what, I might do $1.50 to $2.50. I honestly think it actually might do a decent job of retaining value. Again, didn't sell a ridiculous amount, looks perfectly fine. I don't think people are going to completely neglect it. As I said, it still looks good. But I am still somewhat concerned that if we keep seeing more and more and more and more sheet metal double doors, then all of them might potentially just collapse. But as of now, it seems to still be holding up okay. I worry about it when I come back to this video in the future, and I'll be like, no, you should never have done that price. Well, now that I've kind of put that into your head, maybe you want to play it a little bit safer. It's up to you. But they have done a very good job retaining value. And, well, the worst performing one was the tempered sheet metal double door, and it only went down by 20%, and it's already recovered, basically. So, $1.50 to $2.50. Let's go. Spooky Neon Large Box. I am going to be very quick with this. For what it is, a perfectly fine-looking, gimmicky Halloween large box skin, but it's no longer Halloween. Now, next year, maybe it might go back up in price as we get close to Halloween. Well, I've already made this point like a good few weeks ago. The Halloween skins don't really rebound and go back up in price for Halloween. It's only like Christmas. It's only Christmas that actually gets a lot of investment, not Halloween. People don't care. Like, I was looking at last year's Halloween stuff a good few, like over the past month, I've been going back, looking back at previous year's Halloween skins, and they were all in the negative. This skin right here, I fully believe will be going down to around $1. I'm not sure if it's going to rebound and go back up in price. So as you can see, Mr. Epic, the skin creator, so far, he has got the likes of an Easter large box and a Halloween large box. Last year, small box, small box, small box. I'm fully expecting a Christmas large box. I fully believe it will happen. Anyway, when this was accepted, this actually went up into the positive. But throughout like this year, it's kind of been sitting around close to $1. So I'm expecting the exact same thing. Now, this did sell quite a lot. Last year, it did 24,000 sales. This right here, 14,000 subscribers. Yeah, I think it's still going down to around $1. So I think I'm going to offer 70 cents to 90 cents. I believe it'll go down in price. I think a decent amount of people still like it. I just don't think it's going to be the best of investments, I'm sorry to say. So it is what it is. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Tomb storage box. So I kind of feel like this is kind of gimmicky for Halloween. Yes, the candles, the bone, the skull. Yeah, I think it is. So with the likes of this, I've seen a lot of small boxes come out for the likes of Halloween that didn't really work out very well. In fact, we've had one very recently, haven't we? How's the Dracula box currently holding up? Oh, it's down by 33%. Huh. Well then, what about the likes of, oh yeah, we've already talked about that. That went down to around $1. What about the year before? That's currently down by 47%, literally just barely $1. So I don't have a lot of faith in it. Again, it might be a simple case of 70 cents to 90 cents. Perfectly fine looking skin for Halloween. Looks cool. Not surprised to see it was accepted. But it's not Halloween anymore. And unfortunately, it very likely will go down in price. Now, the glow-in-the-dark design on it and whatnot stands out very nicely. Maybe people will just like it regardless. Like, it doesn't have a pumpkin on it. The candles do brighten it up quite nicely. And it says RIP. That's fine. Maybe it might do decent enough. But I don't want to be, like, too involved with it. I don't want to offer too much. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. If you want to go hard chat, you're more than welcome to do so. But for me, I'm going to step back. Cool. Neon Ghost sheet metal door. Right, so over the past few weeks, we've received other Halloween-themed sheet metal door skins, haven't we? How are they currently holding up? The first one was the Grim Farm, and it was very gimmicky for Halloween, and it's now currently down to half its price. The not-so-cute sheet metal door, well, you're cute and goofy and silly, and, well, people like that. And it's currently sitting here with a very decent-looking price. That actually worked out very well. Yes, you can sit there and say, but it's got a ghost in it. Yeah, but it's not like it's covered pumpkins and all that. Like, it looks like a blob. That's the answer I'm going to say. It looks like a happy little blob. And people like the happy little blob, right? Anyway, back over to here. That right there, a very perfect... How do I say this? It's a very straightforward looking design with a neon approach and whatnot. But again, it's Halloween gimmicky and it's not Halloween anymore. I'm probably going to offer no more than 50 cents because I do believe that'll be going down in price pretty hard. Yeah, sorry to say, it's going down. I might not even bother doing a barter on that. Again, very sorry, but I fully believe it will be dropping off and quite sharply. So you've been warned. By all means, if you want to pick this up for a cheaper price, you can do so. But again, you'd probably just pick it up for 50 cents with a buy order. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, we now have the likes of Frankenbag. Now, to my surprise, this has sold next to nothing. It's currently sitting here with 6,655 subscribers. That is it. So if I were to just quickly point out and sit here and say, this is the lowest selling sleeping bag this year. It's got glow in the dark, the eyes stand out ever so nicely, the brains vaguely glow, it's got all the staplings and whatnot. Perfectly fine looking design for Halloween, but it's not Halloween anymore. But maybe with a sheer lack of sales, it could still work out perfectly fine. So this is where I look at the likes of all the sleeping bags, and with all the sleeping bags from the current year, you might notice, well, we got a decent amount, quite a lot less compared to last year, I should say. But the lowest selling bag was the Valentine's gift sleeping bag. That did 8,700 subscribers. In comparison, I think it was the same week, we also had Love Giorgio that had double the amount of sales. However, look at them now. This one ended up going down in price, but this one has comfortably risen up in price. With a sheer lack of subscribers led to a sheer lack of listings, which has led to that there's only 10 listings on the Steam market, and with a sheer lack of options, the price rises. So maybe, just maybe, Frankenbag actually does work out nicely, simply due to the fact that there'll be a sheer lack of listings, a sheer lack of options. And therefore, if you want to buy it, you're going to put down some money. We shall see. I should also point out, both of these sold at 99 cents instead of $1.49. All right? We got that all nice and understood? Frankenbag, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach you, but I think I might just do it like 80 cents to $1.20. I think I'll be able to pick up a decent amount of these for $1.20. Again, will you do comfortably in the future? We shall see, but it's definitely a lot more different compared to a lot of all these other skins. That is incredibly low. But how low is it compared to all the sleeping bags? Let's go look and compare by subscriber counts. Let's just go do that real quickly. Lowest subscribers. And if we're rising upwards to the lowest ones are like all here. Yeah, all here. We're about in the middle, basically. Like, as you can see, 2020, 2018, 2019. That was when a lot less people were playing the game. And yet, with like, what? Over the past month, 90,000 average player count. This only did 6,600 subscribers. Well, after 3 weeks of Halloween, are you surprised? So people are kind of fatigued with the Halloween skins. They didn't want to put any more down. Cool. Understood. Right, well, 80 cents to $1.20. That's how I'm going to approach that. So with all the abnormals now talked about, shall we jump in and start figuring out prices? Or rather, are we going to want to jump in and buy into the likes of these regular skins? Let's talk about the balaclava separately. Now, in regards to improvised balaclava skins, we actually don't have that many. That's it. That is literally it. Now, as you can see, a lot of these older ones aren't exactly holding up very well. People don't seem to like them that much. Okay, understood. See, with the full set, yeah, you want to dress up like the Terrifier. I get that. I understand. But I get the feeling the burlap clothing separately will probably do better. Because you can wear whatever you want on your head with the burlap clothing. So let's just, as I said, isolate the balaclava. I think the balaclava will be doing okay, but I can't help but assume it likely will still go below its roster price. Now, if I can recall, you do need a tier 1 bench. You need a tier 1 for the balaclavas. Is that correct, chat? From the top of my head? I hope I'm not getting mixed up with anything else. I mean, it's not hard to get it. Are you going to actively want to make a balaclava then? It's trash because of that. And that's the exact thing. That's basically the vibe I was trying to get out of you. I don't think people are actively going to be wanting to make that and use it. That's why I'm isolating it. That's why I'm concerned about it. I think we could just probably offer 50 cents. Yeah. Maybe it'll do a little bit better. As I said, with the full setup, there will likely be demand. And yes, it's basically a clown mask. We ain't got many clown themed things, do we? But even then, as I said, purely based on that, as I brought it up, I get the feeling, nah. Yeah, so if you gotta go through hoops just to be able to make that, I don't think it's going to be actively made that much, and therefore the demand for it won't be very good. Point made. Let's now move on. Now, I'm actually going to move on and talk about the burlap clothing now. So with the likes of the burlap clothing, let's just quickly put this on display. Look at all the burlap shirts that exist. And what do you see? There's one in the negative. There's two in the negative. Every other one of them is currently in the positive. Okay, there's the old two there. Sorry about that. But point I'm trying to get across is the vast majority of these are working out perfectly fine. Now, let's just quickly look at these based on subscriber counts. Highest subscribers. The clown burlap shirt, Nightmare Clown burlap shirt, it is in the upper part, but I've got to get this point across. So if we look at these based on like newest, as you can see, we don't get that many burlap shirts. We had 4 this year, one of them being a Twitch drop. Cool. But I don't expect that much competition. It's very unique compared to all the other skins, more specifically for casual use. Are you going to want to dress up as a clown at any point in the year? For casual use, when you're gambling and whatnot, in-game whatnot, I can't help but assume that you're probably going to enjoy using this. Now, again, it's just a bit of cloth. It's not hard to make this. Very approachable. The demand very likely will be doing very good. And I don't think you need to wear the balaclava with it all the time. You can wear whatever you want. You can get a Halloween mask. You can wear a nest hat. Do you understand? Bunny hat if you want to. Point made. I don't expect that much more burlap clothing next year. We shall see. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like next to nothing. And with the burlap trousers, we can take a look at this as well because it's pretty much the same thing. Pretty much every single burlap pants are in the positive. The worst performing one is down by 3%. There you go. There you go. All the recent ones, Mob Boss burlap pants up 8%. Sweet treat. Very gimmicky, silly Easter ones up 5%. That's not much. However, I can't help but assume a lot more people will be wanting to dress up as a clown compared to a waffle, a sweet waffle. Anyway, I think that actually might be a perfectly fine thing to consider buying. I wouldn't buy a lot of them, but with the likes of Biotas, I think we can probably do 75 cents to 85 cents, maybe a little bit more. I can see it working out quite nicely. And the sales, not that much. 11,700 subscribers, 11,700 subscribers almost. I think it's perfectly fine. It looks good. I think there will be demand for it. I think people will be appreciating it. I think it's in a good spot. So if you want to go buy some for yourself, I will sit here and say I'm thinking I'm buying some for myself tonight. And I will make sure to do that. Last week's Wooden Double Door, the roster rotated too quickly. And don't forget, tomorrow, with the November Force Wipe and update, I do expect an early roster. Okay, so that's up for you to consider. Now we can talk about the likes of the L96. So one thing I want to bring up, Ghost Halloween skins. They're all weapons. Every Halloween over the past 4 years, we've seen one being accepted. And to my surprise, they actually perform okay. The SAR's in the positive. The AK and the MP5 are down in price, but they're not ridiculously down in price. Only down to $1.42, only down to $1.54. A lot of AKs that come out somewhat recently all go down to around $1 and less. Same can be said for MP5s, but they have performed a little bit better. Now let's also take into consideration L96 skins. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Guys, I think I'm still probably going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. I just can't help but assume the Ghost Halloween L96 might still perform a little bit better. Like you could probably offer a little bit more. But as you can see, oh dear, $1 basically of a little bit more, $1 with a little bit more. Yeah, it is a bit concerning. But it's done 12,000 subscribers. Let's also compare that. Highest subscriber count, please. It's kind of in the middle. Wow. I mean, I am questioning it a lot. I think we can just probably stick with a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. If you want to offer more, you're more than welcome to approach that. But it's more of a case of how many people are actively wanting to buy these. Like with the Ghost Halloween skins, are people actively buying them? Or is it just down to the fact that there's like hardly any listings and they just happen to be higher in price? Don't know. I can't answer that. So I'm going to play it safer. And then as we scroll down, we have the likes of the Mummy AK-47. Chat, your honest answers. With this, do you like the design? I thought the wrapping and whatnot does look very unique. Its aim sight is like a very, very dark blue. It's got like some blue patterns on the side and whatnot. It looks nice. I just don't know if it's going to hold up very well. We don't see many skins with this much wrapping. Still, I can't help but assume it's going to go down in price. I can't help but assume it's going to probably end up down to around $1. But am I wrong to sit there and say it's pretty cool? It's a great desert camo skin. All right. Now that you've you got me thinking. And then, of course, I'd probably consider the likes of the Desert Raider AK, Desert Raider AK-47. And that's currently selling for $4. People do like to look for cheap alternatives for fairly pricey skins. That's $4. Is that too much for a lot of people? Maybe. But then again, it'll likely go down in price first, then be appreciated as a cheap alternative. That very likely might be happening. It's nice that you brought that up, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Lathan. Right then, I think it's going to be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. Yeah, I mean, it's done 8,000 subscribers. But, you know, just take a look at all the AKs that have come out so far this year. Observe. What do you see? So many of them down to less than $1. In fact, you know what? We could look at all the AKs that exist and just kind of get a good idea how many AKs are around $1. So, like let's sit here and say up to about $1.10. All right, so lowest price. Here we are. Wow. So everything above this right now is less than the standard price for an AK-47 at $1.99. But if we kind of just rise up a little bit more, we're now down to around $1.10, and we still have so many more to show off. We're at the halfway point, almost. 273 skins in total. Every other skin that we now look at as we scroll up is around $1.10 and less. In fact, we're now down to less than $1. Look at all the AKs. Oh my goodness. All right. That did include some Twitch drops as well. I should have clarified that. But anyway, point made. There's a lot of AK-47s in existence, so much to compare to, and unfortunately, with so many options, leads to issues like that. That Mummy AR very likely isn't going to be doing super great, so I'm just going to play it safe, 60 cents to 80 cents. I'd like to see how it turns out. Give it a month, I'll look at it again. Profit review. But yeah, you get the idea. Cool. Let's move on. Slime Monster Tier 2. Now, it might sound very silly to you, but I have a lot of interest in this, but I still believe it's going to go down in price. But how's that work? Well, we've kind of been bringing this up as of recent. You could very likely pick these up over the course of the next year for maybe around 30 to 40 cents. But I will sit here and say, I'm confident next year we'll see Slime Monster Tier 3 or hoodie and pants being produced. And if that happens, just remember what happened a good couple of weeks back when we had the pumpkin hoodie and pants introduced. The Tier 2 spiked in demand, spiked in price. Yes, even for Halloween skins. And as much as you might sit there and say, Hedge, it's green, it might be good camouflage. No, it's too bright. And it's purple. So, at the very least, if we do see continuations, new core pieces next year, yes, I do believe it'll still work out very nicely. All right? But still expect it to go down in price quite sharply. I'm looking at all of these and thinking, yeah, I might offer like up to 40 cents, and I'll happily pick all of them up, and I'll wait, and I'll wait, and I'll wait. And next year, if we do see that, you know, Slime Monster continuation being produced, I'm going to wait and see if they get accepted, and if they do, I'm making profit. Yes, it might not be a ridiculous amount of profit, but it's still profit. And the amount of money I throw at these, it wouldn't be much. It wouldn't be much. So yeah, Slime Monster Tier 2, I'm probably offering between 30 to 40 cents. Maybe the kilt are off a little bit more, we shall see. But yeah, right. Grim Farm Double Door next year, probably. Wouldn't be a bad shout. That's actually not too bad of an idea. You can go comment and tell them. Right, then we have the Necro Furnace. Well, didn't we have a furnace like very, very recently? Yes, we did. I made a comparison, didn't I? Let's go see how that's currently holding up. And how's it currently holding up? Can you hurry up? SMM. Ta-da. It's taken its time. Right, can you just accept my word for it? I don't expect this to hold up very nicely. I fully believe it's going to go down pretty hard. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Eat You Furnace, down by 48%. Ta-da! Yeah, we could probably just, at max, probably offer 60 cents. If you really want to chase after it, I don't think I'm going to bother. I fully believe it's going to be going down in price. Point is, it's very gimmicky for Halloween, and it's very likely going to be out of season very soon. However, very scary looking face. But yeah, I fully believe it's going to drop off. Right. So, that is everything. Now, in regards to items, I've already made a separate video talking about that. So if I were to go back over to here, if I were to show you all of my videos, scroll down. If you want to get a good idea of what to potentially invest into, consider watching this. Tonight, I very likely will be buying some mummy wraps. But that is okay because I've exhausted this account. It can no longer add any more money. It's done the absolute maximum amount of buy orders I can do. Can't do anything else with it, but I can still do straight purchases with it, and Rust items just happen to be straight purchases. So yes, for a nice long-term investment, I'll be chasing after that. Well, I mean, I'll hold it. I'll wait next summer, flip them, very nice profit. It's a long-term investment, but it works. So if you want to learn more about that, consider watching that video. All right then. So with the likes of what's potentially happening tomorrow, I quickly hop over to here. You might recall we had the likes of this, and of course we've had the likes of the top picks. So in short, there was no new skins submitted over the past weekend. All the top picks, all the somewhat recent brand new skin submissions that appeared after Halloween, they are the contenders. So another quick look at the likes of all of these skins. I've had like Rust Workshop skin checks videos put out already showcasing all of them and whatnot. TGG has videos showcasing the skins in his top picks list and whatnot, top picks video. You get the idea. Those are the skins. And I guess don't be surprised if we potentially see some extra late picks tomorrow. Maybe Facepunch will dig deep and pick out something from the past. Also, don't forget we have Complete the Sets just around the corner as well. I'm not sure if it's next week or the week after. I don't fully remember. We shall see. Anyway, so that's all happened, and I'm sure you're probably well aware that we've had a lot of Twitch drops produced as well. So, of course, I will now navigate you over to here and consider taking a look at this video here. Yes, the Rust November 2024 Twitch Drop Skin Showcase. I've showcased all of these skins off to the best of my ability. Now, there's something I have to inform you of. In this video, I showcase off the Blue Gem AK-47 for Trainwrecks and XQC. It's a glow-in-the-dark aim sight. But apparently, it's not going to be glow-in-the-dark aim sight anymore. Apparently, Facepunch decided to step back on that. It's unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure if it's definitely going to be the case, but it looks like that is going to be the case. It looks like they're taking a step back. It's very unfortunate. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, consider watching the video. I have provided a link to every single skin from their workshop links and, of course, chapters for every single skin that I showcase. Consider watching the AK. It looked very cool, but it doesn't look like it's going to have a glow-in-the-dark aim sight anymore. Quite sad indeed, yes. I'm so sorry. But I was anticipating that potentially happening. I thought they weren't going to commit to it. Anyway, so that is basically everything. Now, I forgot to mention this. We are going to have November Force Wipe tomorrow, yes, and it's going to be an update. They're going to introduce the brand new weapons that are the SKS, which will be a Tier 3 weapon, and the Tier 1 SMG. A Gesture DLC pack will be introduced, and a lot of bug fixes and whatnot. Not a huge update, but still 2 brand new weapons. But yeah, I am expecting an early Rust Door tomorrow. If it isn't early, I'd be more surprised by that. So yes, be prepared. Make considerations. If you want to buy into skins, you might want to do it tonight. So just putting that out there. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. So now, chat, we have, what, a good 30 minutes to sit here and stare at this Steam Market page and wonder, how much are we going to offer for this? Right then, let's skip ahead. Let's see how this turns out, and let's start guessing how high will the barders go up to for this Undead Sheepman Door. Right, here we go. Undead Sheepman Door. Is anyone actually going to list it? Actually, did we even consider that? Oh, we're going to find out. We might be here for a while. I want to see this first because it's like the thing, but I know the Sheepman Double Door's probably become marketable by now, as in someone's listed it. So yeah, it's just occurred to me, maybe nobody wants to list theirs. Which is fine. It's fine. It's not fine, I'm annoyed. It's supposed to be available right now. It should be available right now. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, that's become a bit of a problem. Right, well, Sheepman Double Door, hello, how you doing? I've missed out on you, and I am annoyed. No. Right, Frankenbag, no. Okay, Neon Ghost Door, I don't care for you. Not really. No. Right, you're there. Frankenbag, no. Spooky Neon Large Box. No. Tomb storage. Right. Let's go put this down at this price. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've been waiting a little bit. So it's just occurred to me that nobody actually wants to list theirs on the Steam market because they think it's worth more than $2,000, which is, fair enough, but they are definitely marketable right now. You would not be able to see this if it wasn't marketable and tradable. So whilst it is marketable right now, every single one that was bought is marketable right now, nobody wants to do it. So we can't do barters. But I can't help but assume someone will eventually list theirs. Who, when, what, why, how much? I don't know. So, oh no, we're going to have to skip ahead, I guess. One more. No. Right, we'll wait it out a bit and then see what happens. All right, we're back. So you're probably wondering, so you did a barter in the Undead Sheepman Door, right? Well, no, because no one wants to list it. No one wants to list it. And I don't blame them. No one wants to be first. The issue is, if no one lists it, we can't figure out a price. How do I say this better? I don't think anyone wants to throw theirs on the third-party sites because we don't know. Well, the third-party sites don't know what to offer. The gambling sites don't know what to offer. So how do we get a good idea in regards to how much it's worth? I don't know. But as I said, whilst we know people who own one can list it right now, they don't want to be first because they don't want to accidentally sell it for too low. $2,000 is a lovely amount, but what if it ends up selling for about $4,000 or $5,000? And now you understand, no one wants to do it. So if no one actually does it, we can't actually do any bar orders. So we're in this very weird standstill. So I've actually had to go put out a tweet. Undead Sheepman Door is now marketable. We just need someone to actually list it on the Steam market. Any day now. So, it's kind of like super valuable gloves in Counter-Strike. They're too expensive for the Steam market itself. We've leveled up. Hooray! Rust market. Good job. Anyway, let's move on. So let's go take a look over to here. Right. Let's go look at the actual skins that became, actually available to buy order. Here's the Deathgate Sheepman Double Door. And this is currently in the Rust right now at $3. Look at the buy order amount. As you can see, plenty of buy orders pushing all the way up to $1, all the way above $1. Strong, all the way above $1.50 into $2, but then it kind of stops. So this is a $3 skin. Could it still go below its Rust price? I wouldn't doubt it, but I still believe this will perform better compared to last week's Sheepman Double Door. I think it will do a good job of retaining value, and as time goes on, it'll just probably settle there. It didn't sell a ridiculous amount. If you're sitting here and wondering, oh, well, should I buy some? I think you could probably still pick these up with a decent barter of about $2.50. No one did that, to my surprise. No one went close. So I decided to kind of avoid that. Anyway, yeah, you could probably put down a $2.50 barter. Maybe you do buy some, but you'll be buying them for 50 cents cheaper. And if it ever were to go down to $2.50, I'm pretty sure that'll be when it's at its worst. So I don't think it could go any lower. So we'll see what happens. But it does look pretty okay, and if you really wanted to buy it, by all means, just buy it. It's a cool looking skin. Then we had the likes of the Frankenbag. Now, earlier, everyone who could list this was only listing it for $850 for some strange reason. It's not worth $850. It's not worth $18.46. Just because it's listed at that price does not mean it's worth that price. I have to keep saying that because people got confused. The barders only went up to $1.20, the suggestion I gave. So plenty of barders, all the way up to $1 and slightly above $1, and it basically stops there. Now, it didn't sell that much. We'll see what happens next. How many listings will we see over the course of, the foreseeable future? We shall see. But it's not worth $18. It's not worth $18. If you really want to go ahead and buy some of these after seeing what's happened here, I don't blame you. Maybe it does work out fine simply because no one wants to list theirs below $18 and people have to keep putting down a stronger buy order just to try and even get it. That's happened before. We've seen some interesting skins like that where they simply will not be listed below a certain price and then buy orders gradually go up and then gradually it becomes its price. So yeah, a sheer lack of options leads to things like this. Now we look at the likes of the Spooky Neon Large Box, and the buy orders basically stop at $1, as expected. So I suggested 70 cents, 90 cents. That's basically where it stops. I do not expect this to retain value nicely. I do expect to end up around $1, and the 70 cents, 90 cent buy order, yeah, that looks like it's going to be its home. Then over to here, we have the Tomb Storage Box, basically the exact same thing. As you can see, plenty of buy orders pushing all the way up to about 90 cents, and then it stops. So yeah, will that retain value? Very unlikely. You're better off with just doing a buy order. And then we have the Spooky Neon Ghost Box. Door. I've said box so much, sorry about that. Bleh. And as you can see, the buy orders basically stop at 60 cents. I really do not think this is going to retain value. It's a $2.49 skin. No. It's going to be out of season for the next year. It is what it is. If you manage to pick these up for 50 cents, I mean, bravo. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops all the way down to that price. I will not be surprised in the slightest. I'm very sorry to say it. So, that's it. Undead Door. We're at a weird standstill. No one wants to list it. We can't buy order it. We can't figure out value. We're stuck. So, if anybody wants to step forth and give it a shot, you're more than welcome to do so. But here we are, unsure how to go about this. So, yeah. Check DM. Alright, I'll check DM. Alright, are you curious? Alright, we might have a seller. We'll see how this goes. But I will wrap this up now. Okay, sorry. If we do have a listing, then I'll stick around. I'll make sure I add it to the video. But yeah, tomorrow we very likely might have a backpack skin in the Rust store. That could happen. Or maybe Face Punch doesn't want to accept one until we have the Twitch drop. We shall see. Which one could potentially be accepted? Oh, well, we shall see. But I kind of get the feeling it might be a case of we'll get this Twitch drop first. From Abe and It's Ryan Heger, do not forget, just 1 hour of your time for the likes of these. And yeah, if you want to get a good close look at every single skin, you're more than welcome to watch this video right here. Remember, every single skin is chaptered. And I just want to clarify something. It looks like the aim sight on the AK-47 is it's going to become non-glow. I'm very sorry to say that. It looks like it's going to become non-glow now. I was informed, so if it does change, oh well, it is what it is. We could have had a glow-in-the-dark AK, but... And yeah, remember, twitch.facepunch.com. You can see all the streamers listed here. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. On Friday, it all kicks off. All of these skins will become available. Just 1 hour of your time. You can't do multiple tabs at the same time. You have to go through one at a time. But all you got to do is just leave it on a different browser, mute the tab, but make sure the volume's on Twitch. It counts as progress, and then, yeah, you'll be good. Right then, there you go. That's it. That's a wrap. So let's see what potentially gets accepted tomorrow. Let's see how high the player count will be for November and November peak player counts. And let's see if anybody actually lists the Undead Door. No. So we'll see. Give it a second, maybe, potentially. All right. It's been over an hour. Is it available? It's up, and oh, here we go. Right, everyone's chasing after it. It's finally happened. It's here. And my buy orders are just kind of silly. Like, I don't think I'm ever actually going to buy it. But there you go. The highest buy order right now is about $400. I've put down like a $130 buy order. Now let me just quickly turn on the extension so I can see it in dollars. Americano. And the highest buy order right now is, in fact, $428. So there you go. The Undead Door has now finally become marketable. There we go. Right then. Awesome. So who's going to buy it? Because what's the actual price? I think it's listed for like maximum money. Do you have maximum money and more? We shall see. So there we have it. The Undead Door is now marketable and it is now available. Only around 85 of these exist. Is it the rarest? Well, we shall see.